Right, I'm going to be reading from a piece from the expose. It'll be in the video description, and it's about USAID and has been giving millions to charities that have ties to terrorist organizations. I'm going to be reading it now. Um, the Middle East Forum's publication focus on Western Islamism has uncovered 164 billion in approved grants from USAID to radical organizations, including at least 122 million to groups aligned with designated terrorists and their supporters. USAID has given millions of dollars to organizations in Gaza controlled by Hamas and funded charities that have also been linked to Hamas and have promoted violently anti-Semitic rhetoric. World Vision, for example, has received almost 2 billion in USA grants since 2008. The charity has been involved with terrorist organizations, including the Islamic Relief Agency, which was designated as a terrorist financing organization by the US in 2004. Other charities to have received funding while having ties to terrorist organizations such as Hamas include Muslim Aid, Palestine Children's Relief Fund, um, and Reed Foundation, Tides Foundation, and Interaction. Um, the Middle East Forum is an American conservative think tank funded in 1990 by Daniel Pipes, who serves as its president. It is based in Philadelphia and focuses on promoting American interests in the Middle East and defending Western values from Islamist threats. One of the organization's publications is focused on Western Islamism, which offer counter-Islamist investigative journalists, opinions, and news. At the beginning of the month, FWI published a report on its multi-year study into the U.S. Department of State's Office of Palestinian Affairs and the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, funding to designate terrorist groups. The amount of federal funding that ends up in the pockets of Islamist organizations, both domestic and foreign, makes the US government one of the leading finances of global terrorism. The report notes that there are problems with the reliability of government spending data and that they have analyzed approved grant sums as the actual amounts paid out, and the actual amounts paid out are unknown. Sorry about that. Yeah, because the thing is, I don't think I don't think the U.S. government has ever had an audit, and basically, all of a sudden, we're starting to see in recent years that funds have been like just magically disappeared, and then they'd be like, "Oh, we don't know what the hell happened to it." They obviously know what has happened to the funding. Sorry about that. Um, our art, our article is paraphrased from FWI, the FWI's report. The report contains hyperlinks to the author's sources, which we have not included. We have instead added our own hyperlinks to provide more context on the groups being highlighted. You can read the full report here. Obviously, the link in this article will be in the description. In conjunction with this report, readers may be interested in browsing NGO Monitor's mapping of the anti-Israel NGO network in the US. An NGO Monitor has identified 157 groups that are part of this network. FWR has uncovered 164 million of approved grants from the um, DOS and the USA to radical organizations. Included in that amount is at least 122 million to groups aligned with designated terrorists and their supporters. All right, there's like a table, and I'm gonna include it right here now. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Um, DOS money has been handed to radical domestic groups such as the Tides Foundation, which members of Congress have accused of funding pro Hamas and Jewish violence in college campuses across America. Major aid organizations such as World Vision and Catholic Relief Services, as well as advocacies organizations such as Interaction, serve as important vehicles, sometimes knowingly, for terrorist Islamists, both in the United States and abroad. These charities depend on federal funding, receiving billions of taxpayers' dollars. Um, Federal funding subsidies of efforts by domestic Islamists involved with Hamas, Jamaat Islamists, and the Turkish regime to abrogate rules and scrutiny in the United States, intended to tackle the threat of terror finance. Records of federal funding, particularly through USAID, are obfuscated, I think that's what it says, by deficient and disclosure practices, deleted data, and deliberate attempts to evade transparency, with millions of dollars given to anonymous beneficiaries in terrorism-stricken areas of the globe. I'll tell you this now. This is why I'm so glad that Elon Musk formed that group. What's it called again? Jesus, I should know what the hell it's called, but and let me know in the comments. But I'm so glad he formed a committee, like a task force, to find out where the hell all this taxpayers' money is going to. Because if I was American, I would want to know what the hell's my taxpayers' money. What the hell is it going to? It's supposed to be our money. It's supposed to be paid. It's supposed to be used to help better the country, not to fund terrorism. Um, Hamas, or the Islamic Resistance Movement, is an organization which calls for the establishment of an Islamic Palestinian state under Sharia law, and has repeatedly called for the destruction of Israel. It has long been involved in significant terrorist violence. The organization, or its military wing, the Al Qasem, or Brigades, is designated as a terrorist organization in the USA, as it is several as it is by several countries including Canada, the UK, the European Union, Argentina, New Zealand, Japan, Australia, Israel, and Paraguay. The Organization of American States, a group of 34 Caribbean and Latin American countries, plus Canada, designated Hamas as a terrorist organization in May 2021. Additionally, Hamas's activities have been banned in Jordan and Germany. Okay, I'm gonna stop from here. But the thing is, you get the gist you get the gist of this article. But yeah, while I am surprised, at the same time, I really shouldn't be, because at the same time, like I said, the government never had an audit, and they were also when they would be asked in Congress, I think it is, or the Senate, I think it is, when they would be asked, like, where's where's the money that you've been spending on? Because it'll be mysteriously vanished, and they'll be like, we don't have a clue where it's gone. That they pretty much knew what they were spending it on. That's also glad that Elon Musk and Trump's cabinet is just like, and they've had enough, and they're asking serious questions, and now they're starting to uncover um, all this um, all this taxpayers' money, and where the hell it went to. I'm so glad that I'm so glad this sort of thing has been uncovered, because it's been a long time coming. Let me know in the comments on what you think about this, because to be honest, I don't know why people have such a huge problem with it. I see why the mainstream media have a problem with it, because since the mainstream media do the bidding. and do the bidding of the elites anyway. So it doesn't even surprise me one bit of the fact that they'll be just bad mouthing on what Elon Musk is doing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.